guys, so I am doing a little bit of a thrifty witchery thing for you guys. It's not really a haul because I didn't buy these all at the same time. Some things I already had, sometimes things I had already purchased, but I wanted to give you guys an idea. These are things I bought from, we have a thing called the Dollarama and then their Dollar Tree here. And I wanted to give you an idea of you don't have to spend anything, but if you want to make like things, I guess, or have like candles or things like that, I wanted to give you a good cheap variation. So I also have things that I collect as well, so free witchcraft as well, but that's going to be a different video. These are things from Dollarama and Dollar Tree, like I said before. So we're going to just kind of dig in. I've got this entire basket, and there's more. I just didn't want to look around for it. So we'll start off candles. I've got 2 of them here, and I will do a types of candles video, and like their meanings, but like this is a square candle, this is a flower-shaped candle, I guess rose in this case. They have, I know this is open, this is one of the things that I'm talking about, they have tea lights, they have regular pillar candles, like the short, small, fat ones, they've got votive candles that you can use, so there's always that big of an option for candles. So I tend to get them, and then like if I want them for a certain intention, and I'll show you guys, I think I've done this on my channel before, but I'll show you guys how I make them so that you can use them for intention, because if you can use them just as is, but you can also add herbs and colors and things like that in order to have them signify something in your spell work. So those there. Next, these bottles are awesome. I use them to put, I haven't used these ones, but I had a bunch. I do them for my oils and different things like that. They are also good for if you're doing artwork on something in the kitchen, if you're a kitchen witch, and let's say icing needs a small strand and you only want a small bottle because you only have a bit of a color, these are perfect for that. That's what I would use them for as well. I mean, they have a bunch of different uses. You just have to, you know, think them up. Those are some of the things that I use them for, but you may use them for anything else. Let's see. These are another thing that I always have on hand. These are my embroidery scissors. They're teeny tiny. I've got another pair, different pair, that I use for other things, but these are just quick, nice to have on hand, dollar store for small little threads and things like that. And then you can also buy a bigger, obviously, for other things. Here's a pillar candle that I was talking about. This one I bought for $2 at the Dollar Tree. I mean, you can carve these with your intention and things like that. I'm gonna have another video where I do that for you. I mean, it's just an off-white candle, but you can do so much with it, and I'm gonna show you that a little bit in a little bit, for a little bit. I don't know anymore. I have this. Actually, has come in really handy. It is a crafting tool, but I use it just because it is so much more comfortable to engrave my candles. Almost like a pen versus trying to put it with something like a pin or something like that. So I use this instead, depending on how thick your candle is and how thick you want your writing. Depends on the size. So this one's really nice and small. I use this one for my tea lights, and then the bigger ones I tend to gouge a little bit further into this because there's a couple different things that I do with these candles. Like I said, I'll show you, and if I ever decided to inscribe one of these, I'd use the smaller one, photos, the smaller one. Like I said, it just depends on how deep and how wide you want it to be done. These, there's a couple different. I like the larger for a couple different things, but it's very good for wire wrapping your crystals or hanging things on. I have, and I will, I have it on here, and I will show it to you again because I've changed locations, so I don't have it there anymore, but I had a string of where my herbs sat. They are now in my altar, just sitting there because it's the only space I have, but I used this to make a strand to hang my herbs on, and it was really effective there. This is 20 gauge hardware wire, and I've got that at the Dollarama, and it says right on there it was $1.25. This I don't use very often, so it's probably more than $1.25 now, but you can always find it there for cheap, and it's very good for wire wrapping anything or hanging things, like I said. And then there are these, and you can get any color for your, I use these for my witch balls. I've got this one in black that I use, and then I've got this one. I mean, you can buy them cheap at Michael's and Walmart too, but I found these at the dollar store for $1.25. I've got silver and I've got black, and they're just ribbon. I mean, you can find, like I said, any color, but I tend to use these in my spell work, in my little mojo bags, for like using them as like the drawstring, and a bunch of other little purposes, which in my witch balls, things like that. Another thing that you can find easy for your knitters out there, there's wool, or I again use this instead of these for my witch balls, or any knotting magic that I do. You can get them in any color. They're $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. You can get other colors at the Dollarama. It's all up to you. Walmart doesn't have them for too expensive either if you have neither of those that you've got, so that's another thing that you can use. I just bought this one because I just ran out of my other one, but for those of you who sew and like to use chalk instead of the fabric markers, these are wonderful, and they come out, so they're very easy to use. So they just wash out normally. I found this at the $4, but I'm going to use this not as a tablecloth, but you could use it easily as a tablecloth, but I am going to use it as for different mojo bags and things like that. So that you can use for that. You can also use these for mojo bags as well. These are just bandanas, $1.25 for 2 of them. You can get whatever color you want, and just use that up like that. Here's the other color. I use 2 different colors sometimes. This is the yellow one. I'll use blue too. Depends on the fabric color. Sometimes I can't see this one very well, or I can't see this one very well. So I always hang on to 2 of different strengths, so that works as well. And even this little basket, like if you needed somewhere to store your little spell works or anything like that, or go, scavenging with or anything like that, that would work as well. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Blessed be, and keep crafting, witches.